Hi, this is Stuart from the Norfolk Honey Company, and today I thought as part of our beekeeping basics we'd take a look at the hive tools that we use. These have come out of our bucket, our wash bucket, and we thought we'd just give a quick overview of the tools that we use and show you how we use them. So we'll just run through them very quickly and then we'll suit up and go to a beehive and show you the tools in action. So starting here on the right is a standard hive tool. This one was originally painted yellow, and you can see where the paint has now come off. So fairly standard, used for scraping, used for levering open frames, and the other end can be used to scrape wax and propolis off as well. So that's a fairly standard, very versatile tool, and one that we tend to use more than any other. The second one in the line is called a J tool, and you can see why it's called a J tool. Again, this one was originally painted red, which I don't really like having the paint on because it does tend to flake off. And if you watch us as we inspect through the hives, I'll show you at the end how this can be really useful when you get some frames at the start of an inspection that don't really want to come out of the hive. Another standard hive tool, which is just a smaller version, and if you've got smaller hands or you prefer to use a smaller hive tool, then that one can be really useful. Exactly the same as the larger one. It also has this nail removing facility, and I don't think I've ever actually used it, but it's there if you need to pull a nail from a frame or from the side of a hive. And then finally the uncapping fork. A lot of uses, but one of the best uses we have for this is for checking for varroa. And again, if we find in the hive that we've got a situation that we can give a demonstration, we'll show you how we use this. Okay, so let's go and have a look in a hive. Okay, so we've opened up a hive and we'll just have a quick look through and show you how to use the hive tools. So this is the standard hive tool, great for scraping the tops of frames, but probably the most useful part, and the part that I see beginner beekeepers getting wrong, is how to use it to split the frames apart. So you see beekeepers pushing it in and wiggling it this way, or using the other end and pushing it in and levering, but you've got a natural fulcrum here, and if you pop the short end of the hive tool in and just lever it away, it will naturally pull the frame away from the others, and it's as simple as that. And then you can put your fingers in and pick up the frame. So this is a colony that we've done an artificial swarm on, so they've actually got quite a lot of foundation in. So as you go along, we'll show you that one again, and I'll do it more slowly. So the hive tool goes in between the two frames, and then you use that fulcrum to easily lever the frame away, and it's as simple as that. So let's just move our way through this colony, and then we'll swap to a J tool, and then I can show you how a J tool works. So swapping hive tools. So this is the J tool. You have the J at this end, and this is the clever bit that we'll show you in a second. But you'll notice that there's an angle here that's been cut away at the front of the hive tool. So again, what we do is we'll just clear some of the bees away, and then that portion, that spade section at the front, can sit right in between the two frames, and then again you just pull back and it levers the frame away, and then the same at the other side. Pop it in, I'll show you nice and slowly, and just lever it away. You're not disturbing the bees. The bees are kept nice and calm. This frame they've actually worked on quite well. You can see they're drawing the frames quite well. And the last thing you want to do is to be bashing and clattering around with the bees. that's a sure way to get them agitated and to annoy them, and could result in you being stung. So again, we'll drop the hive tool in, and you use this section and pull your right hand backwards towards you, and it just opens up the frames really easily. And once again here. So that's the J tool. I hope that helps. We'll just have a quick look at this frame, and again the bees are really nice and calm on the comb, and they're drawing the comb and doing a really good job with that. So if I switch to the other side of the hive, and then I can show you how the J tool works at its very best. So imagine that you have a colony full of bees. You've got frames right to the edge of the brood box, and you need to ease one out without rolling bees and without causing too much commotion. The J section again has a little cut out at the bottom, and this J section then slides in at the side of the frame. So I'll do it really slowly so you can see. So this section drops in, lever it back, it locks at this point, and then as I push forward it lifts the frame out. So then you can simply take hold of that with one hand, come across to the other side, drop the hive tool in, again ease the J tool forward, it pivots on that corner, and then it's simply a case of using your hands to ease it out. As simple as that. A super little tool, and one that I recommend you have for situations where your standard hive tool isn't going to work. Okay, this particular colony we can't show you how to use the uncapping fork, so we'll stop here and move on to another colony, find some drone brood that we can have a look at for Varroa, and I'll show you how to use the uncapping fork there. Okay, so here we've got another colony that we're inspecting. This one actually has 12 frames in it, which is unusual for us. We normally have 11. But that means that this end frame is really tight, and if we were to use the standard tool, we'd end up crushing and rolling bees. But here we can utilise the J tool again and remove this particular frame using the J tool at the lug side. So let's just give them a little bit of smoke, and then I can show you again nice and slowly. J tool goes in at the lug, and then twist and pull, and then just support it with your fingers, and then the same on the other side. Slide the J tool in very gently, push forward, and then use your fingers just to take hold of the frame and gradually ease it out of the hive. And it's as simple as that. So we'll carry on with an inspection here, and then at the end of the inspection we'll just clean up the top, and I'll show you how to clean away some of the brace comb that the bees are starting to place on top of the frames using a standard hive tool. So we'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, so we've just inspected this colony, and you can see that there's some brace comb that the bees are building on top of the frames. You could leave that, they stitch it to the queen excluder. My preference is to remove it, and also down the side here you can see there is propolis that's been put in place, and you can also scrape that off, so that it's quite good to have a clean up. So what you need is a nice sharp standard hive tool. So this is the smaller of the hive tools that I was showing earlier, and all you have to do is to just use the hive tool very gently and wiggle it along the top of the frame just to remove the brace comb. Unfortunately there's a little bit of larvae there. If you do it gently enough you won't harm any of the bees, and it gives them time to get themselves out of the way. You don't want to decapitate any bees. So there we are, we've just taken away quite a lot of brace comb that's been built up. on girls, out of the way. Interestingly, just here you can see some of the pollen that the bees have been collecting, which is quite nice to see, the different colours. There's some orange pollen in there, and across here as well. So these have come off the bees' pollen baskets. So then, just lastly, this propolis at the side. Again, you can use your sharp hive tool just to slide underneath. We'll do a piece here, there's a little piece here as well. And just gently wiggle it underneath, and that will clean it all up. So finally, we'll just take this one last piece off. I'll just smoke the bees off. And there we're nice and clean again on the top. So, use your hive tools in a sensible way, and you can achieve a great deal. You don't need to disturb the bees. They're not going to get agitated if you're nice and calm and you do everything slowly. And good luck with your beekeeping. I hope that's been of use. Please subscribe, and we'll show you some more beginner beekeeping basics as we go through the season. And hopefully, if you have any questions, we can answer those as well, so pop them in the comments and we'll catch up with you next time. Thanks for watching.